Hey, welcome to this week's Craft Box from the New York Times. This was published on December 20th, 2018, and the music you hear in the background is part of a playlist that's being put out by the New York Times about what does pop look like now. So they have this really great playlist of all of these things that they feel like are the new pop, in that pop used to be like popular, and it used to mean that we would, with pop music, lose a little bit of edginess or a little bit of personality in order to become mainstream. But John Caramanica in this article is arguing that the internet and the streaming of music services means that to be popular now means to be kind of a subgenre, that all of the subgenres have become popular enough to have superseded pop music. So this particular article is super interesting in many ways, in that it has some really great graphics that discuss the comparison of people buying CDs, people buying track downloads, people getting free streaming. But the sentence that I was particularly impressed by was at the top of the page here, which was what looks like the simultaneous triumph of parallel sounds: molten, streaming-oriented hip-hop, punkish SoundCloud rap, bulbous Latin trap, chaotic K-pop, forward-thinking country music, and more, is in fact the ascendance of one set of ideals that define what pop music has become. Pop, the genre, is no longer pop. So there's many things to admire about the construction of this sentence. First of all, I love this embedded list here. What looks like the simultaneous triumph of several parallel sounds, boom. Then you have this end dash. Then you have this list of different kind of aesthetic values of different subgenres. And the sounds and the language in here is fantastic. Molten, hip-hop, punkish rap, bulbous trap, chaotic K-pop. It almost feels like poetry. And each of these are separated by this semicolon. And then we have and more, and we have this closing end dash before we continue with the sentence. So the sentence really should read, what looks like simultaneous triumph of several parallel sounds is in fact the ascendance of one set of ideals. So in this sentence, he's kind of arguing that all of these very specific aesthetic values that seem like they separate the different pop streams are in fact a set of ideals that have become what pop should become. Now, notice also that this super long meandering sentence that sort of feels associative, sort of feels like poetry, is followed by this really great, very short sentence, which is kind of his claim of the article: pop, the genre, is no longer pop. So he's going to go ahead and explain what he means by that. So I love the balance here between the super meandering sentence with all of these sounds that crackle together in this end dash list with these semicolons, followed by a very, very short sentence that is his claim. So a lot to admire even in just this section of the article. I hope you check it out, and thanks for listening to this week's Craft Box.